Apple has a huge problem on their hands, and I actually think it's to our benefit. What is that problem? Well, it's a few different things, and so I want you to stick around to the end of this video to make sure that you get all the information, but this is something that's gonna be very, very helpful for you. I have a very long history with Apple products. I have a great love for the design process. I've loved to kind of see how the company's developed over time, you know, all the way back when they first went to Intel, and then when they had kind of the whole Johnny Ive era of MacBooks. And then now that they're into their own system on a chip, the company's just evolved so much. They became the first trillion-dollar company, which is an amazing feat. And just overall, I think they're a company to look at and really admire what they've done. And so the good news is when you're invested in a company like this, in products like this, it's going to be a good outcome no matter what. But something that's been happening recently that I actually think is a huge benefit to consumers is that Apple has started to make products that don't get old quick. Like if I'm looking at my ecosystem that I use for Apple, I've got an Apple Watch, I've got an iPhone, I've got a MacBook Pro, and I've got an iPad. And with all those things, just recently, I've upgraded a few of them since starting this tech channel, but man, I had an old Apple Watch, it was the Apple Watch Series 3. Dude, that thing could have lasted me for another 2 or 3 years. Yes, it would have felt a little bit slow, but it wasn't slow enough that it was such a frustration that I felt the need to upgrade. I also had an iPhone 10, and it still wasn't at the point where I felt like I really, really needed to upgrade, otherwise I'd be missing out. As far as laptop goes, I had the M1 MacBook Pro, like the original one that came out, and it was awesome. It could still edit video. Like I could still edit this video on it if I needed to. I also had the M1 Mac Mini. Guys, I like tech products, so I got a lot of those. But what's crazy is all of those devices, they still would have been good this very day. And so as a consumer, like that is huge. You don't have to spend the kind of money that you once had to spend in order to keep making sure that your tech was upgraded enough for your workflow. So what does this mean for you? Well, for you, it's a big deal because you not only don't have to upgrade as often, so if you do kind of end up going on the bleeding edge of things, your tech will last you a really long time. Like your laptop right now, if you get an M1 or M2 Max, that thing's gonna last you like 7 years. The other thing it means is that if you have a limited budget, you don't have to go all out. You can get something that's a few years old, right? Like if you're going for a laptop, go with that original M1 MacBook Air or M1 MacBook Pro, and you're gonna have a device that's still got a little bit of life left in it. Like for me, I know guys that are still streaming with the M1 MacBook Air, and their streams look great. It is still a solid device. They still video edit, they still photo edit. That's something that's amazing because for Windows machines, specifically for like Windows laptops, they do kind of show their age a little bit quicker. Part of that is just the clunkiness of Windows and how much bloatware it has, and macOS is just kind of a clean install all the time. But it's just amazing to see how long these devices are actually able to keep up with what we do. Now, a quick side note, if you do go with Windows, at least you can upgrade, you know, your RAM sometimes, and you can upgrade your SSDs sometimes, but still the operating system has so much to do with how long something will last because it's either extremely well optimized or it's not. Now, the next thing we need to talk about though is if you're gonna upgrade your tech, what is kind of a good cycle for you to upgrade so that it's not breaking the bank and you're not upgrading things too often? Because I'm somebody that really likes tech, I like to upgrade a little bit more often than I think other people should. So the way that I do it is I upgrade my phone 1 year, upgrade my Apple Watch 1 year, and then upgrade my laptop 1 year. And so every 3 years, I'm grabbing a new phone, I'm grabbing a new Apple Watch, or I'm grabbing a new laptop. That's just the way that I do it. And because I really like technology, I kind of build it into my lifestyle, into my budget. For a lot of people, technology is not that important. And so I would say, man, if you can wait 5 years to upgrade your things, do that. And another just kind of general piece of wisdom, do not put technology on a credit card. Because here's the thing, you buy the new tech on the credit card, it feels so great for that day, maybe even that week, but suddenly you find yourself going like, man, what did I do? I put all that money on this credit card, it's now getting interest, and that good feeling is no longer there. And so you're kind of left with this frustrating feeling of like, man, what did I do? I kind of did that impulse buy and I got that thing. And now I'm stuck with this device when I was fine with the device from a couple years ago. I've been there, I've done that. Just don't make that mistake. Don't finance things for no reason. Because seriously, upgrading tech, it is fun, but it's never gonna satisfy your heart. Guys, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and also check out this video right here that YouTube's gonna recommend. I think you'll like it. I'll see you all in the next one.